Everybody, what if your webinar could build itself? I want to show you something really cool. So we have an upcoming webinar series around Copilot governance. The series is going to be 4 weeks long, starting October 14th, and we're going to go over Copilot governance, Copilot Studio, and Power Platform governance, Purview governance, as well as, and then we're going to be ending with SharePoint Advanced Management, covering content governance. But the cool thing is here is when I built this webinar, man, I couldn't even imagine just trying to put all this stuff together. I want to show you how I leverage Copilot to build this. So check this out. So here I'm in Copilot, and I leverage Copilot really to build all of this with me. I think that's important with me. Copilot definitely helped me break down some barriers where I had some mind blockers and everything. But I kind of put in this prompt where I'm looking to create a 4 part webinar series around all this different information and so forth. Can you help me create this? And part of this, I used Researcher. So when I was in Copilot, I hit the little research icon. So it did a little bit more deep reasoning for me because I really wanted to dig into it. Because a lot of the conversations I've having lately is around governance, where there's a lot of excitement to use Copilot, but we want to make sure we have the right guardrails so that our users feel that we and our users feel secure and that our data is secure as well. So governance is an important factor of that. So I wanted to create some content that others could be able to use as well. So leveraging Copilot, I went in here, created, and I asked some of those things, and it started just give me some strategies, some things to think about. And this is where I think Copilot is really powerful. Copilot is a collaborative assistant. So uh, by default, there's a lot of great ideas Copilot has. And honestly, we're kind of on the same thinking path here where it's kind of going over some of the titles and so forth. I actually put some of this in our prompt. So I had some ideas of what I wanted this to look like. So I put that as part of the prompt. And it's kind of taking those ideas and expanding upon them and giving some a bit more foundation here. So when I was looking over this, I'm like, this is great. This is everything that I want to do. Kind of, and part of my prompt as I asked to kind of parse this out so I have some ideas of around some content and context around all of this. So it started building all of this content for me, which is super helpful. Like me trying to think and do this all manually would have taken me a long time. I honestly put this together probably about an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. And so it's giving me all this great content here. But as I scroll down, I want to show you some really cool stuff. So now I'm starting to get collaborative with that agent, like I mentioned. So now I'm like, great, all of this looks good. I can use this. This is enough content for me to start copy and pasting and adding in my own flavor to things. But now I'm like, can you help me create a paragraph that I can send in Teams message to add in Arlie? So now I'm thinking, okay, I've got the content. Now I have to get my peers. So I've got Adam Hallback and Arlie Hartman who are going to be helping me with this 4 part webinar series. They're going to be covering Copilot Studio as well as Power Platform, Copilot Studio, Power Platform, and Purview, two essential things to Copilot governance. I'm like, I need to get their buy-in here. So here's the content. Help me draft something to them. So kind of taking some of that thinking that I have to do and giving me a little bit of foundation there. So I'm like, great. Now I've got something that I can email them, covering everything that I'm talking about. Because me trying to like summarize all this into a paragraph, I definitely could do it. Been doing it for a long time, but let's make it easy on myself. So now I'm asking my researcher and Copilot to help me with that. The next thing I'm like, hell, I think this is just me, but can you help me with a humorous name for Teams group? I'm one of those people like I don't like just like I'm gonna start a group chat with Arlie and Adam, but I want to have fun with this. Like I want to give it a cool name. So I'm like, give me some names just to have some fun. It's to me, it's important to me to have some fun. And teams group chats like they honestly they can get kind of boring to see everybody's name. So I like to have a little fun here. So I actually gave me some really cool names, and I think I went with Agents of Governance there. So I thought that was really cool. And then the next thing I started thinking about is like, hey, what's next on my list? What do I need to do with this webinar? So okay. We're gonna start this webinar on Tuesday, October 14th. We do every Tuesday. Can you help me for an outline for the speakers for each part? So now I'm thinking like I actually need some more structure here. I need to build some structure that I'm going to put in different areas, whether that's that into the webinar invite and so forth. So now I have the ideas in my head. It's just Copilot's helped me get those out there and structure those for me a little bit, and removing some of the mental load that would normally have to do around this. So that is super helpful. And now, as you kind of see, it gave that to me, but now I'm like, can you add that we will start at 11 a.m. somewhere in there. And actually, it did say it in there. I didn't catch it. But this is really important. So if at first you don't see what you want out of Copilot, it's okay to reiterate on that statement. So I didn't see it; it was there, but in this case, I didn't see it. So I'm like, Cape, add 11 a.m. in there. So now I'm kind of refining what I want out of Copilot. So it's easy for me to just copy and paste this stuff and continue with my day. And then kind of as I continue down there, I kind of continue reiterating in that. And the next thing I need to do is I need to work on buy-in both externally and internally. So now I'm thinking about I need to email all my coworkers about this information, give them some templates so it's easy for them to share this out. So right in line with the whole conversation I'm having with Copilot, I'm here saying, okay, I need to create this. I've created the series. I've got all the content that you've helped me with. Now I need to start emailing all these people to kind of get support and everything. So I kind of in my prompt, I'm like, inform them what it is and generate a customer email template. And it did a really good job of that. That right there probably saved me probably about 20 to 30 minutes. Honestly, me thinking through it, reiterating, spell checking, and all this kind of stuff and structuring out probably saved me a good amount of time. So Copilot just, I'm probably saving already probably almost 2 hours just going through this whole process. And next here, I'm like, okay, we've created the email for to share internally and share externally. Now I need to think about social media here. So help me create a LinkedIn post for this. Great. Nice, nice post. I usually edit it a little bit. I'll remove some of these check boxes and everything because sometimes you can tell that's definitely AI. But now I'm thinking about now you've helped me build all this stuff. Now I need to start externally sharing this stuff. So help me build some content that I can share. And what's really cool is Copilot really understands the algorithm. So it's really good at generating content that really fills that algorithm. So it makes sure that the algorithm sees it and shares that with the right audience there. So now I'm thinking about social media. And as part of that, I need a series title. So because I'm going to generate my thinking here is okay, I've got the LinkedIn, but now I need a picture for this. So now with the picture, I need some text on there. So help me generate a series title that's kind of catchy. And what's here is I already told it that it's a LinkedIn post. So it's already thinking about the algorithm and so forth. So I don't need to reiterate some of that stuff. It's with its memory, it's remembering the things that we talked about. So it's kind of taking some of that factor in. So give me a series title. And I think I went with Mastering Copilot Governance, a 4-part admin series. I think that's really applicable to what this series is really aiming for. So there it is. Now removing more brain power from me, I would have got there, probably not as nice, but it understands the algorithm and understands like what keywords are going to catch things in the social media sphere. So I find that super helpful. All right. So, and then throughout this, I kind of keep reiterating and stuff like that. And even right now, I'm creating a blog post. My last step here is me creating this video and creating this blog post, which is where you're probably going to see this video and read this information. So I'm thinking like, okay, I've actually got a good portion of this based on everything we've already talked about. I've got a lot of text to come out here, but um that customer template, I kind of took that in here. It's like, I don't like this first paragraph. I don't think that's very applicable for a blog post. So I kind of prompted it, say, hey, this is what I have. I don't like this first paragraph. Can you help me kind of draft something else here? And voila, there it is. And I find that actually super applicable. I don't really need to change anything there. I kind of agree with everything. So that's what I'm putting in my blog post. I'm kind of replacing that customer template with that first paragraph, leaving the rest of this stuff because it's just the links and so forth to the webinar. And then last but not least, one really cool thing about Copilot is, again, it understands the algorithm. So now I'm like, I need to create a video because a lot of people like to watch videos as part of the way that they learn and kind of consume information. So let's supplement this blog post with an actual video showing how I actually created all of this with Copilot. And the cool thing is Copilot understands the YouTube algorithm really well. So I asked it like, here's what I want to do. Can you help me with a hook? Because when you make videos, everyone talks about the hook, the hook, the hook. So I'm like, help me just I'm pretty good about just kind of going through and creating a video, but sometimes that first couple sentences I struggle with because sometimes it's just talk and talk and talk. So I've tried to train myself to be a bit more precise in that. So I'm like, help me create a hook, and there it is. What if your webinar what if your webinar built itself? One of the opening lines that I used here in this video. There's what you see, there's a lot of different ways that I use Copilot to help me with this. And at the end of the day, I probably gonna say this probably saved me 2 to 3 hours of work trying to brainstorm through everything, generate the content, refine the content, create the social media posts, figure out how to do the video, and everything. I did the manual work of creating the invites and all of that, but this helped me get my ideas on paper and helped me get those ideas on paper faster. So I hope that you saw how cool this was. And let's show the blog post here. I haven't pushed it live yet, but here it is. I've got Mastering Copilot Governance 4-part admin series. There's the paragraph. There's some there. I'm going to do a little bit of refinement in the format and so forth, but there it is. And then once I'm done with this video, that'll be the next thing I link here. So you'll be able to see that live. But that's how Copilot helped me save about 3 hours of time generating all of this content and getting this really awesome webinar that I'm excited for everyone to be able to join me with, as along with Adam Gnarly. So with that said, I hope that you found this super helpful, kind of give you some new ideas to use Copilot, get excited about using AI in that way. And with that said, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later. Go push some buttons. Bye.